in boxing. Man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
All right, let's talk some more boxing real quick. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Keep sharing the videos, man. It's the best way to help us out. But let's get into it. Hit that share button as well, too. It's the best way to donate. Apparently, it's like Broner has even said it, and Ryan has been saying it. If Ryan beats Luke Campbell, which I heard that deal is done, but De La Hoya going around saying it's not, so who the fuck knows? And Tank beat Leo Santa Cruz. Ryan and Tank supposed to be fighting next. So, what happens with Devin Haney? All right, is that considered a duck if Ryan Garcia doesn't fight Devin next and he fights Tank? So let's talk about that. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. So basically, we pretty much far away from that happening because if you didn't know, Ryan and Luke are the #1 mandatory for Devin Haney, and then the winner between Fortuna and Linares is the secondary mandatory for Devin Haney. Now, Floyd said Devin only got 1 or 2 more fights at the division. He said him and Tank ain't gonna never fight each other. Devin is still calling out Tank. So at the end of the day, do you consider that a duck if Ryan Garcia fights Gervonta over Devin Haney? Me personally, they will be fighting for a fake belt though. You know, well, Devin belt fake in some people's opinion anyway. So they will be fighting for a fake belt. You know, unless Ryan came down to 130. Now, Tank said he feel his most comfortable at 130, and people laughed and say, "Oh, Tank can't make 130." But Calvin said his coach or his former coach, wherever he is at this point, he said that Gervonta didn't have a strength and conditioning coach, you know, for that camp. He tried to make weight on his own, and now Tank said he's hired a nutritionist and probably got a strength and conditioning coach to make the weight. So I believe Tank will make the weight. I'm probably 1 in a million people that believe he will. But my whole thing about it is Ryan and Tank bigger than Devin and Ryan? You know, obviously Ryan knows he's the mandatory for Devin. So if the Tank negotiations don't work, he can fight Devin. But at the same time, they saying that Tank is the cash cow. Tank is fighting on pay-per-view. Ryan is stepping up versus a better opponent than Devin has ever fought. So naturally, I don't think it's a duck. I think, you know, at this point, I think Devin is the better. I think he got the potential to be the best fighter between all 3 of them. But at this point, you know, I just think Ryan and Tank is the bigger stars, and they're going to make some sweet chin music on pay-per-view. Maybe the Zone pay-per-view, PBC pay-per-view, Showtime, Fox pay-per-view, whatever they deem worthy. So a lot got to happen. You know, at the end of the day, we got to get past COVID. All these fighters have to test negative. Tank got to go in there and beat Leo Santa Cruz. They saying Leo Santa Cruz is sparring welterweights to get ready for Tank Power. You know, Ryan got to get past Luke. They got to get that deal finalized and get a venue. So, you know, a lot of things got to happen, but that's a big fight between Tank and Ryan. You know, especially if Ryan can dust off Luke in impressive fashion, that's probably gonna be one of the biggest tickets in boxing. Because Ryan got a rabid fan base, and Tank got the hood on his back. You know, he did good numbers in Atlanta, even though they gave away some tickets as well too. You know, so at the end of the day, I think, you know, it make business sense. You can't get mad at Tank or Ryan for not fighting Devin Haney. Devin Haney ain't stepped up. You know, and Devin Haney could have fought, you know, Luke Campbell. Devin Haney could have fought Jorge Linares. You know, we couldn't fight Luke because what happened with they ordered Ryan. But he could have fought for Javier Fortuna. And word on the street is he ducked those guys. Not just Fortuna word. I said it when it happened. He didn't want to fight those guys. And they fighting Yurikas Gamboa. And not one boxing fan is happy about that fight. You know, and even if the Devin Haney apologists, you know, they really not happy about that fight. So, I mean, you know, naturally, Ryan could fight Devin Haney. But then again, who bring more notoriety? What's a better win? It's Tank. It's Tank. And Devin Haney just going to be on the outside looking in because of his heritage. He being black. And he signed with the wrong promoter. It's as simple as that. So, at this point, Devin Haney going to have to fight the Fortuna in the Linares winner. Now, will he duck them again? Is the question. Maybe he ducked them because the shoulder ain't 100%. They just wanted to tune up. I can respect that. That's all they had to say. Say, we want to tune up. We want to try to show. We want to test the shoulder out. And everybody would understand it. Because remember, they stripped Devin Haney. They made him the interim champion. And Fortuna and Luke Campbell was fighting for the real deal Holyfield belt. All right. Well, then the pandemic came, and the pandemic ain't helped. It helped Devin Haney out a lot. It helped Deontay out a lot, and it helped Earl out a lot. And now Devin got his belt back, and, you know, they ordered 2 top title eliminators. They ordered an interim between Ryan and Luke, and then they ordered the Fortuna Linares for a title eliminator. So if Ryan win and beat Luke and go on to fight Tank, then he got to fight Linares, and then he got to, or the Fortuna winner. And if he don't fight those guys, he move up to 140, and we calling that a duck. I don't care what y'all say, because he was willing to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney was willing to fight Ryan Garcia if he beat Luke Campbell. He willing to fight Luke Campbell if he beat Ryan Garcia. And now all of a sudden you're going to move up and not fight Linares or Fortuna. We know what it is. So at the end of the day, it's Devin Haney is going to have a lot of pressure on him. And it's okay. Some of the greatest fighters of all time is ducked and was match made to stay away from certain fighters. But it just be interesting to see. So you got a situation where, Ryan and Devin ain't going to be next. So if you want to see Ryan get the winner, Devin get the winner of Ryan and Luke, you should be pulling for Luke. But then again, it's talks of the town that, Gervonta Tank Davis is going to take the winner between Ryan and Luke regardless. So Devin is probably going to be forced to fight Fortuna and Fortuna Linares anyway. So he in a hard place. He between a hard place and a rock regardless. So either he gonna move up to 140, and by the time he move up to 140, I think Jose and Josh Taylor still ain't gonna fight. I think Jose supposed to be fighting this month. Who the hell knows? I ain't heard nothing about it. It's supposed to be somewhere in August versus Victor Postal. Josh Taylor supposed to be having a mandatory, but the problem is that Jose got 2 mandatory. So Ryan, Luke and Ryan probably gonna really put Devin Haney in the position to fight 2 guys that he didn't want to fight before. Do I think he can beat Linares or Fortuna? Yeah, it's be a tough fight, but I didn't see the full Santiago fight, but a lot of people say he struggled with Santiago. And Fortuna is a wild, crazy kid like Santiago. Linares, at the end of the day, him and Devin sparred. I talked to somebody that was there witnesses in sparring. They said Devin got the better of the sparring, but sparring is sparring and fighting is fighting. So Ryan Garcia going to put him in a position to have to fight them guys or move up and be called the duck. It's unfortunate, but I can't blame Ryan Garcia going to fight Tank. You can't put Devin and Ryan on pay-per-view. And I think it's starting to set in on him and Bill that they signed with the wrong promoter. They went for the cash instead of the ability to whoop ass. If you whoop ass, the cash is going to come. That's plain and simple. They can go on here and tell their sob story about how T.O. jumped out the tournament and this guy jumped out the tournament. T.O. fight for undisputed. Straight up and down. T.O. fight for undisputed. He got a better win than Richard Comey. Now he's going to try to put Loma on his resume. I heard they working out the money deal for that fight as well. So Devin, who going to Devin fight? Eddie Hearn didn't burn so many bridges. Who Devin going to fight? If you move up and don't fight Linares or Fortuna and Ryan or Luke do go and fight Tank, who he gonna fight? Gonna move to 40 and fight a tune-up? He said he want Mikey Garcia, he want Loma, but you don't want to fight Linares, you don't want to fight Fortuna. You know what I'm saying? You want to fight Luke, you want to fight Tank, you want to fight Ryan, you want to fight Loma, you want to fight Mikey, but you don't want to fight Linares and Fortuna. I don't get it. Those would be the best names in your resume for right now, but they hell-bent on fighting Gamboa. Ryan gonna put a lot of pressure on him. I really think Ryan, if he win, probably Luke too. If they win, they fighting Tank. And Tank gotta win as well. So Devin gonna be one of those dudes. He gonna be on the outside looking in. I could see Devin Haney signing with the wrong promoter. He gonna probably be on the Gary Russell list and the Crawford list for a minute. He dangerous. He got a good amateur background. He got good hand speed, good coordination, good size, good power. He got good mentorship from Mike McCallum, Floyd Sr., Floyd Mayweather Jr. Devin Haney gonna struggle to get big fights. Even if him and T.O. move up to 40, they're not gonna make that fight. They all about making selective big fights. See, Bob will send Jose to the zone because he can beat Hooker. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't sending Lomachenko over to fight somebody that he can't beat. And he ain't even trying to make that fight. So, Devin gonna be on that list. You know what I'm saying? They signed with the wrong promoter, but you can sign with the right promoter to be on that list. Gary signed with the right manager, he on that list. Bob is the most legendary, promoter still going. And Terrence can't get those fights. So, it's unfortunate, but let me know what you guys think. If Ryan beat Luke and don't fight Devin, because he's the mandatory for Devin after that fight, is it a duck? Or do you prefer Gervonta and Ryan? Do you prefer Ryan and Devin? And if Devin move up and don't fight for Tuna Linares, is that considered a duck? So let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. My Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter, all that, IG, Facebook, all the links in the description. You need to reach out to me, question, want to send me something, video request, whatever it is. Links there. Want to make a donation, share the video. But subscribe, bell icon button, thumbs up, comment, then share that video. But other than that, man, Cash App, CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there if you want to make a donation. Best way to donate, share the video one time for one time. Let me know what you think in the comment section. We gone.